Wars have been referenced in the build-up, political regimes have shaped the narrative. The world's greatest players have defined their legacies in this one fixture. You've heard the name, El Clásico. But here's what most people get wrong. They think this is just a football match between two great clubs. It isn't. This is a war of identity, power, language, and survival, dressed up in football boots. And today, we are going to expose every layer of it. Real Madrid versus Barcelona, Los Blancos versus Blaugrana, the capital versus Catalonia. The rivalry dates back to the early 20th century and has survived generations of players, managers, and ideologies. Each duel tells a story that goes beyond football, a story of culture, identity, and power. The first meeting took place in 1902 during the semi-finals of the Copa de la Coronación. Barcelona won that game 3-1. Think about that for a moment. This rivalry is over 120 years old. It has outlasted dictators, wars, and entire generations. And it is still, right now in 2026, as fierce as it has ever been. Today, Real Madrid and Barcelona are arguably the most famous club football teams in the world. They have dominated the Spanish football landscape for the past 2 decades in particular. In 2025 and 2026, the battle is now between a new generation, Mbappé and Vinicius for Madrid, and Yamal and Rafinha for Barcelona. This season alone, these two clubs have already met multiple times, and every encounter has delivered drama and controversy. They met in a final for the 4th consecutive year in the Spanish Super Cup. On January 11, 2026, Barcelona edged a 3-2 victory. This is not a rivalry that fades, it intensifies. Let's talk numbers, because the numbers tell a story that no commentator can fully explain. In 2024, Forbes ranked Real Madrid and Barcelona among the most valuable football clubs on the planet, first and third respectively. Real Madrid leads in head-to-head results with 106 wins to Barcelona's 105, with 52 draws, as of January 2026. 106 wins versus 105 wins. After more than a century and over 260 official matches, that is how close this rivalry is. Even when it comes to goals, the statistics are breathtakingly close, Barcelona scoring 423 and Real Madrid scoring 433. But the rivalry isn't just about trophies, it is about what each club represents. During Franco's dictatorship, Barcelona became a symbol of Catalan identity and resistance, while Real Madrid was seen as the representation of the central regime. Their clashes took on a symbolic tone. Phil Ball wrote that the clubs hate each other with an intensity that can truly shock the outsider. And then there was Alfredo Di Stefano, the transfer that lit the fuse in the 1950s. He moved to Madrid and scored twice in his first game against Barcelona. With him, Madrid won the first 5 European Cups. One transfer, decades of consequences. What makes El Clásico different is this: it operates on 3 simultaneous levels: sporting, political, cultural. On the sporting level, it is the greatest club rivalry ever assembled, producing more iconic moments than any other fixture. On the political level, it remains a proxy war between Spanish centralism and Catalan independence. It has long surpassed sport. On the cultural level, it is a battle for global identity. It is a symbol of Catalan identity opposed to centralizing tendencies. No other rivalry, not Manchester United versus Liverpool, not Boca versus River, carries all 3 dimensions simultaneously. The Messi-Ronaldo era brought this to a fever pitch. 2 of the greatest in history, locked in the same fixture for nearly a decade. Even with those legends gone, the rivalry will never fade. The new era, Mbappé, Yamal, Vinicius, is writing its own mythology. You might be thinking, why does a football match between 2 Spanish clubs matter to the rest of the world? Here is why. El Clásico is the most watched club football match on the planet. Hundreds of millions tune in every single time. Their combined global fan base runs into the billions. Their commercial power shapes transfer markets and the entire global economy. Beyond sport, this rivalry is a mirror. It reflects something universal, the tension between identity and power. It reflects the tension between the local and the national, between tradition and change. Every generation finds itself in this fixture. So, what is the biggest rivalry in football history? The answer is El Clásico, and it isn't close. It was born in 1902. It survived a civil war. It survived a dictatorship. It survived the departures of Messi and Ronaldo. And in January 2026, on a pitch in Saudi Arabia, it produced yet another breathless final, with Barcelona winning 3-2. Real Madrid leads 106 to 105 in competitive wins. One match separates them, after 120 years. That is not just a rivalry, that is the greatest story in the history of sport. And the next chapter, it is already being written.